November 22nd, to be exact, is 50 years since President Kennedy's assassination, and most folks are aware to some extent that it's been 50 years because there's a lot of information now in the media and books being written, special presentations being made on different channels about the event. What we wanted to do at Missouri State was to take our public affairs mission and try to open up information opportunities for the campus and for the larger community, so that if they happen to have been alive at the time of the unfortunate event, they can reflect back on what they were experiencing at the time. Or for the vast majority of our students at MSU who weren't alive in 1963, they have a chance to learn something about this really momentous event in American history. And so we have planned actually a week-long list of events leading up to Friday the 22nd. In fact, 50 years ago, it was a Friday afternoon, 12:30 to be exact, that President Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas. And so we lead up throughout that week, beginning on November 18th through the 22nd, to provide folks with a number of commemoration opportunities. One of the big events will be actually on that Tuesday morning, which is the 19th, in the PSU Theater. We're actually having curators from the 6th floor museum in Dealey Plaza. The 6th floor is where, according to the government reports, Lee Harvey Oswald shot President Kennedy from the 6th floor window in what was then the Texas School Book Depository. That area now in that building has become a museum, and people go there all the time and tour and sort of see what the shooter allegedly saw at the time. We're having curators from that museum present a video teleconference presentation about the conflicting evidence that was collected by law enforcement and government personnel in the 24 hours after the assassination. So it'll be very interesting. That's at PSU. We've got a variety of other events that are happening in some of the regular classrooms around campus, and so information is available on the MSU website and around campus for that. And people don't really, I think, focus too much on the notion that this was the first media event, really, that required our news gathering organizations in this country to present live information as it was happening to the country. Technologically speaking, it was very difficult for them to be able to do that. The satellite capabilities and the ability to bring live information over an extended period of time was very limited. And so the available resources in Dallas and in the major news organization headquarters in New York were stretched pretty thin. And so what we do on that Thursday evening with some of our press politics faculty are simply talk about the challenges that a lot of media folks at the time covering that event, not thinking they were going to cover the death of a president, but covering a campaign trip for Kennedy in Texas, what they faced. And these folks are familiar to people like Jim Lehrer and Bob Schieffer. I mean, these were folks who were local reporters in DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth, in that area at the time of the assassination. And of course, they've gone on to become nationally known figures. But the press politics program, I think, plays an integral part in this because of the fact that this really was the first very shocking event that was carried by at least television in a way that had never been experienced before by the American public.